Edit. You are just trolling? I've heard it too many times, and you know what? I don't give a crap about it, LMAO. You are just too limited. Learn that as many can love their cars, objects, many can love Miku, and I am okay with it. She saved me too, after all. But I will do what it takes to protect her, Iwara, PH. They will eventually end. Badly.
I really hope you are trolling, but I have a bad feeling you're not.
What is up, my interstellar fellas, and welcome back to another video. Now, I'm sure you read the title of the video, and no, I am not talking about that guy in Japan who married the Hatsune Miku doll. At least that guy had something tangible to work with during that whole debacle, but this dude we're about to talk about didn't even have that. So who is this dude, you might be asking? Well, the person in question is none other than a lone Polish YouTuber who went under the name Ecchi-chan ASMR. So let me give you guys a little rundown on how I even discovered this in the first place. So it was February of 2018, alright? I was doing my usual business, and for some reason I was on an ASMR binge. Obviously this was the inception of it, so I was curious what was happening. And then I stumbled across the channel I just mentioned, which was a content dump of Japanese seiyus doing ASMR. And this channel was ran by someone who went by the name Ecchi-chan, naturally. This channel does not exist anymore because it was removed for copyright infringement. I'd assume from the seiyu clips he used. So Ecchi-chan doesn't sound too crazy, just someone who had an affinity for Japanese ASMR, right? But see, that's not why we're here, is it? You're looking for someone completely off his rocker. Someone with an unbridled, downright obsessive love for an anime character. And for this side of this man to be revealed, one had to travel to the depths, also known as his Discord server. No. Now I don't know what prompted me to join this server, but what I saw upon entering it was pretty hysterical. Now, to preface, I am but merely the messenger for this whole situation. Everything I'm going to talk about from here on out is just what I've been sent and what I've observed. Alright, let's continue. Now, this server was completely wiped, so I'm just going off my memory here, but upon entering, I was greeted with a verification channel, which this is before the time of the welcome screen, so this is the way it used to be done. This was sort of a weed out thing to make sure the trolls couldn't get to him. The terms of service were pretty standard. No harassment, no spam, no self-promotion, do not defile Hatsune Miku in any way, shape, or form, which seems simple enough, so I passed the screening and got into the server. This is where I kind of got a quick glimpse into Ecchi-chan's mind, and after reading some of his messages to the channel, I had to know more. So I decided to send this dude a DM. Now some of my messages are going to look a little bit wacky, and that is because the 2018 American vernacular at the time was a lot different than it is now. And also I was 13, so I absorbed that shit like a sponge. Anyways, outside of the spontaneous arguments we got into after I dared to question his Miku obsession, our conversation was relatively normal at the start. We talked about learning Polish, his wacky sleep schedule, we played Osha together, you know, standard Discord stuff. He also did this typical Discord user thing where he'd respond with like 5 million messages after I'd said something, which was kind of annoying, but I had to persist to see what this dude was about. But see, if that's all we talked about, this video wouldn't really be too interesting now, would it? So from the get-go, this dude was not afraid to express his love for his kawaii waifu, Hatsune Miku. I mean, you saw that shit from the Discord server, didn't you? But see, Ecchi-chan wasn't just a fan of Hatsune Miku. He was more than that. Way more than that. He was her boyfriend.
I beg your pardon.
Now, how is that even possible? Well, the proof is... Let me show you the proof, my friends. So let's preface this with the hypothetical I gave him. If a kidnapper, unrelated to any organized group in particular, was holding Miku and one of your closest family members hostage, and the person basically says you can only choose one to save, who would you choose? And, well, he chooses Miku, naturally. But in his little rant about his family here, he mentioned someone who we're just going to refer to as the transmitter. Now, why'd you feel the need to pick out this person in particular, you might be asking? Well, my friends, this person is the main reason why he believed Hatsune Miku was a real person. After a bit more probing, he basically just spilled the whole thing. The transmitter is his means of communication with Hatsune Miku.
What?
Wait, communicating with a fictional character? How does that even work? You might be asking. That's not even physically possible, you might be naively thinking. But alas, it was in fact possible for this person to communicate with Hatsune Miku. And here is the proof. Okay, you guys are gonna love this one. So what I am presenting on the screen here is not in fact roleplay, but it is him communicating directly with Hatsune Miku. So how this whole thing works is the transmitter here has a transmitter, that's why I call him the transmitter, that he can use to talk directly to Hatsune Miku with as the middleman to relay messages.
Is this nigga serious?
Apparently this roleplay format was the only way they could speak. And this dude I'm being 100% serious. This dude sincerely believed that this was happening. Really. That his friend had some sort of interdimensional, never before made technology in 2018 that would allow him to speak directly to Hatsune Miku. They never did any voice calls or video calls or anything. He was going purely based on his friend's word. And that is when I knew this dude wasn't fucking around about this Miku thing. How Ecchi-chan didn't drop this mentality once in the supposed 5 years he was doing this, 3 of which were before he even met the transmitter, still baffles me. And you might think this dude was just trolling, but no, I can assure you, this person valued Hatsune Miku over his life, dude. This was some dimensional merge level stuff right here. This was so real to him that he would go to various servers and stay up all night monitoring his own server just to make sure that people weren't posting Hatsune Miku hentai, while reportedly watching even worse stuff, and even made someone delete their shit because of that mentality. So yeah, that was just absolutely crazy to discover, firsthand too. Now, if you're wondering what this fellow looks like, I actually have that information, and surprisingly, he does not look like some sort of horrible eldritch creature. He actually looks surprisingly normal. Now, I am blurring his face out here out of respect, so you'll have to take my word for it. But this genuinely shocked me that he looked this normal. And also, for some reason, after revealing his face, he decided to send me his home address and phone number as a gotcha, I'm guessing. But, that probably wasn't the smartest move for someone you just met online. And finally, towards the end of our conversation here, he left me with a Hatsune Miku cover of the song Wrist Cutter by Gumi. And thus marks the end of our conversation. So what happened after this? Now, I don't know if my DM's conversation somehow shifted the timeline, but about 3 weeks later is when this dude started shutting down. He blacked out his profile, deleted his Discord server, deleted his channel. My suspicion was that he actually figured out that this whole Miku thing was a sham, obviously, but I'm not even sure if that's the case because when I asked about it, he said that he didn't even reveal to Ecchi-chan that he was messing with them. So I don't know exactly what was going on behind the scenes. Now about 2 years later, I'm reminded of this dude again because of an MK video I watched on r/white knighting, where some dude was attacking another dude because of his Hatsune Miku profile picture on a post mourning someone's death. And here's a short clip from that video.
Oh my god, this is a essay.
No! You are being flagged for your profile picture. Show some frickin' respect to Miko, you mother effer. She's not your jerk-off toy.
I think you need to take a step back and separate fiction from reality. What you are saying about real people is 1,000,000 times worse than someone defining the image you have in your mind of a fictional character.
She's not a fiction. Not for me and many others. Learn it, bastard. She lives in my heart, and I won't defend perverts. Saying about real people is 1,000,000 times worse than someone.
I know it's infinite, but I'm saying 1,000,000.
So you pretty much defend those people who are perverts? Nice. This shows who you are. Sympathy to corrupted people is called no morals. Learn that. There. I have no respect for perverts and murderers who kill without reason.
I really hope for your sake that you're just trolling, and with the second account you just created.
Oh my god, this was even better than I remembered it. While Ecchi-chan never linked his Facebook in our Discord conversation, I was at least 95% sure this was the same person. And in lieu of this, I went back and probed the transmitter about Ecchi-chan's life after the shutdown. Now my side of this, after our whole conversation, was completely silent. No more DMs, no more information, nothing. But for the transmitter and Ecchi-chan, oh my goodness. Now, as of 2020, Ecchi-chan blocked the transmitter, and his life has been spiraling out of control ever since. Okay, spiraling out of control is a bit of an understatement. This dude went off the rails, to the point where covering all the stuff that's happened would require a video in itself. But to summarize, my initial conversations in 2020 revealed some stuff that was a little bit incriminating, such as him e-dating this 14-year-old girl who goes by Razor, who he emotionally abused and watched pornography with, which is very illegal. But as of 2023, we're turning this hoe into a Turkey Tom video, alright? So that shit with the 14-year-old and the porn, that did not stop there. He allegedly got nudes from this 14-year-old girl, so possession of child pornography, and then threatened to leak said nudes when she broke up with him.
I heard that you a pedophile, you touch little boys and girls.
And upon revealing to Ecchi-chan that she was part of the LGBTQ community, he left her with this very nice message, exposing his thoughts on the matter.
Zero culture, zero manners, zero common sense. By the way, you can go rot on the road like the dog you are, all alone, as nobody's taking your existence for serious. Up to this point, you've been a living comedy, a fucking clown that cannot be replaced. You're sad for not having attention, but with such a rotten personality and arrogance / gay pride, you're going nowhere. You're honestly the biggest mistake that has happened in my life or in life. P.S. He could have had a hot girl rather than an unidentified gay shit who's only whining like a dog all around. Just how fucking dumb could you have been for sending nudes despite being so fucking ugly? Your ego's surely out of scale. Yo, at my place. How about we have some voice chat exchange? Missy gay huge ego shit? Or are you gonna shit your pants? No courage? Fucking loser. I want to hear you whine like a dog, cry and get angry, fucking dirty rat. What is this shit?
And speaking of messages, when the transmitter called him out on this, he sent a couple of pleasant emails to him, which is, you know, always the mature thing to do in a situation like this.
I will fucking castrate, kill your family, and feed you the wolves I fucking swear with my bare hands. What I got to know today, you fucking pest! You little lying I'll fucking backtrack you sooner or later. Give it 1, 5, or even 10 years, I will fucking find you and kill! I was such a moron, dude. I clearly am. Just, it took way longer for me to realize than you wanted me to. Can we talk?
We do not care.
And mind you, he was 19 at this time too, so not acceptable, my boy. And that right there was the ammunition I needed for this video. So whatever remorse or pity you may have had for this dude towards the beginning of the video, just throw that shit in the garbage bin right now. It probably should have been abundantly clear to me back in the day that something like this would have manifested when he told me he has the mind of a 14-year-old at 17. And that's all I got for you guys. Ecchi-chan, if you're watching this video, if you want to try and clear your name, go for it, but do not attack anyone for your own shortcomings, alright? Because it might come back to bite you in the ass.
Maybe your best course would be to tread lightly.
And for you guys watching this video, remember, not like you're going to find anything, but if you do, do not go out of your way to harass the people I mentioned in this video. It is unproductive and does not change anything. Now, if you enjoyed this video, well, you already know what to do. And until next time, this has been your boy, Starman64, and before I shoot out into orbit, here's another Ecchi-chan reading by Walter.
I fucking will! I won't stand a little bastard saying that I make her a dog which obeys instructions! And calling me pathetic? She is fucking pathetic! First gonna control her animal instincts, then I hated her and she can't accept it? What the fuck? I am allowed to hate anyone and for anything! No shit like her will put me in the bad light, fucking corrupted girl! And Judy, because of people, fucking people like her, I am closer and closer to suicide! Bye, jerk!
That was good.